How are we all doing? So, Strength Chat episode 14, and today I am going to chat about recovery. So, this is a topic that I'm actually quite a big believer in. You can do as much training as you like, but if you don't set time aside for recovery, you're never actually going to achieve any of your goals or improve. Before I get going, I just want to chat about actually what is recovery. So, recovery is how long it takes your body to repair itself and get back to normal, if you like, from your last training session. This covers your musculoskeletal system, so basically your muscles, your cardiovascular and cardiorespiratory systems, your energy stores, and your psychological recovery. For those people that train crazy amounts every single day, at least one of those points will probably always be in a state of fatigue. If you're always training, you're always using all of those 4 points that I've mentioned. So it makes sense that if you're always depleting them and not spending time to recover, none of them are going to repair as well as they should. That can then lead to overtraining, injury, and what nobody wants, not achieving your goals. Now that that's been covered, what are the strategies that you can actually implement to aid recovery and recover fast? The first one that I would say is look at your training volume. Do you actually need to be doing 25 million sessions in a week? I'm a big believer in quality sessions rather than quantity. So have a look at your training week, and is there some sessions in there that you think, actually, do you know what? I can get away with not doing that. It's not a priority. It's not really leading me towards my goals. And then from there, you can start implementing recovery days. The second point, if you are having rest days or you have got recovery days, make the most of them. So if you've gone from training 7 days a week and you've added in a couple of recovery days, go in, do some movement prep, do your foam rolling, do some stretching, aid that recovery. If you don't want to go into the gym, you've had enough of being in the gym from the training that you've done, go for a walk, move, go for a swim, go and do something, okay? Why a lot of people get sore and get stiff from training is that they're on the days off, they just sit at home, they don't do anything. Now, I'm not saying you have to go and do a half marathon or anything like that. Go take the dog for a walk, go walk up to the shop, go walk down to the beach, go for a swim. That gets blood moving around your body, and that gets the waste products moving around from your body, which will reduce any of that soreness, okay? So make the most of your recovery days. The next point, or the third point, I'd probably steer you towards is make sure you're eating enough, okay? If you're training, think of it, let's use an analogy on this. I think I've used this before in another episode. If you have a car and you're driving your car all the time, you need to put petrol in it. Okay, I've used this analogy absolutely loads of time. Your body is your engine. If you're training a lot, you need to fuel it. If you're not fueling it, the systems that I mentioned before, your energy stores, are always going to be depleted, and you're not going to get the most out of your workouts. That's when you can start feeling fatigued. If you start feeling fatigued, you're not going to be able to put enough into the workouts, and that's when you can lead to getting injured, okay? So have a look at your food, base your carbs around your training. That's your petrol. So eat an hour and a half before training of carbs, and make sure you get that in as well, on top of your proteins and your fats. Point number 4, strategy for recovery, is sleep, okay? This is a big one that I think most people don't take into account. That's the only time where your body is completely at rest, okay? So there's a REM cycle, and in the deepest part of your sleep, that's where your body recovers, and that's where your body grows. If you're not getting enough sleep, you're not going to be able to recover as much. So, have a look and think, right, is it more realistic that I go to bed half an hour early or 15 minutes earlier? More than likely it's going to be 15. Then gradually build that up, and make sure that you switch your phones off before you go to bed, switch off the telly, make sure that the room's nice and dark and there's no external noise, and get that quality sleep, and that's where you're going to recover. And point number 5, which I think, again, I'm a big believer in, is enjoy your training. Don't ever think that it should be a job, a chore to walk into the gym. If you don't enjoy it, you're not going to do it. and yeah, you're not going to stick to it. If you enjoy it, it makes it a little bit easier. But also enjoy your days off, enjoy your time away from the gym, okay? Because that's where the other point that I mentioned about your psychological recovery. Sometimes you need to step away from the platform. You need to step away from the boxing bags and just have time away, clear your mind, think about something else, then come back into the gym and hit the ground running with your training, okay? So there's 5 points there, 5 strategies that I'd probably point you in the direction for recovery. Look at your training volume, make the most of your rest days, make sure that you're eating enough, make sure you're getting enough quality sleep, and enjoy your training as well as enjoying your time away from your training, okay? If you've got any questions on this topic, comment below or drop me a message. If you've got any questions about programming or training going forwards, again, comment below, drop me a message, and I'll see where I can help you where I can. And thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.